You want some more? Are you good to go? That's call and response. Is our ambassador.
No, second generation go-go beat. It's like a dunk 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 dunk.
Yes, sir. Night Rider 707. Once again, man, thanks to the person that actually put me on to the MLK library, told me to come here to try to do some research. And I've been here before. Since they mentioned it, I came to do, I actually looked up the Roger Whitetop stuff here. But there's also some other locations that I found. I've learned a lot just in that short period of time since I did that last update video. You know, I've come to the conclusion that now there's no one centralized place when it comes to research, whether if you researching in the area or out of town topics, it's just historical period. Like there's no one centralized place. You got to utilize all of them. Library of Congress, MLK Library, National Archives, the Public Records Place, all of those spots. So thanks, man, to the person that actually shouted it out in the comment section. You opened the door and I walked right through that thing, man, and we came some ways since then. Yes, sir, man. Long time. What up, folks, man? Thanks for tapping in. It's Jay back with a quick short upload. It's been a minute, but I've been working on new videos. But anyways, we getting back to the weekly upload starting now with short videos in between, man. Let's get it.
Don Corleone, I am honored and grateful that you have invited me to your daughter's wedding. Right.
So Joe Nesline.
So far, the only person jailed in connection with the Judge Alcee Hastings investigation has been 68-year-old Joseph Nesline.
Was a big gambler in D.C., but he was not Italian and he wasn't a made guy. But he did have ties to mob guys from some of the 5 families. But I would say the closest thing D.C. had as far as connected mob guys was someone who was a true Sicilian, a mob boss in his own right, Salvatore Cottone, and his brother Giuseppe Cottone. And they were operating pizza shops that were a front for a cocaine operation in the late 70s and 80s. So you might have heard of the pizza connection where so many Sicilians were using pizza shops in other cities to do the same thing, running drugs out of the same spots they were selling pizza. It was a big thing back then and the feds caught on. They investigated and put a lot of folks away. So Salvatore Cottone had a restaurant on 14th Street Northwest and another location as well. And in 1978, there was a restaurant owner in the area that had a spot on Pennsylvania Avenue. Apparently the spot was doing good business-wise. Too good for the mob boss Salvatore. He felt like it was messing up business for him, so he sent a man named Alfredo the Butcher Torello.
The local crime wave began in 1978. Bassin's, a fashionable downtown Washington eatery on 14th Street Northwest, was competing too successfully with Cottone Restaurant in late 1978. The solution? Alfredo, the Butcher, Torriello was hired by Cottone to burn Bassins to the ground.
And this is afterwards. So he hired the butcher again to do the same thing to another spot called Bachelor's 2 out in Fairfax. And the Washington Post said, when Cottone came to D.C. in the mid-70s, he found a place hungry for pizza that did not have no other crime families. He probably felt like Tony Spilatro when he was sent to Vegas, meaning it's a wide open town free of made guys.
How the fuck can you grin? How the fuck can you grin? You know how much I'm stuck? You give a fuck? Do you?
But anyway, Salvatore ended up moving to Virginia Beach, and he tried to pay the butcher $40,000 to whack his partner who owed him a debt. But the butcher ended up getting caught up by the feds and agreed to wear a wire, and eventually Salvatore Cottone and his brother would get taken down by law enforcement. Yeah, they had a lot of telling going on, man. A lot of people was getting caught up in their whole situation. It was a done deal. By the late 80s, Salvatore's run was over. They hit him with a 14-count indictment in 1990. They hit him with the RICO, retaliation against an informant, and conspiracy to distribute cocaine and more. So there it is, man, a short-lived Italian mob family running cocaine out of Pizza Parlors in D.C. and Virginia. Like I said, this is just a short video, but I'm back at it. Regular weekly uploads. I'm working on it now, but salute to y'all though, man. It's getting close to Christmas, and my 1-year mark of me going down this road of this type of content. Last Christmas was when I made a blog talking about switching from car content to the street stuff, covering the city. All of the real stuff that happened with the dude Michael Frey, Wayne Perry, all of them, and covering these stories, doing like short documentaries. So yeah, man, we still here. We still here, man. We back at it. Night Rider 707, aka Jay. Until next time, stay locked in.
Looking back on where we from, how far we came. 100 miles an hour in this dirty game. Fast life living. All we know is fast life living. Yeah, yeah.